it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling at that point and what I think the market's going to do. Let's see, what are you learning about the companies to then do research before buying them? Um, there's just a lot. It's really constant consumption of information. When I go running, all I'm doing is just taking in information about companies, stocks, scenarios, trying to understand listening to different opinions, and analysts, what people are saying, different angles, perspectives. I like hearing both sides of every debate. I hate the fact that we have a country where in politics people only want to hear the side of the debate that affirms what they already believe. I think that that's just about as ridiculous as you can get. But so I like to hear all sides. Like, okay, what's the bull case? What's the bear case? Why is this a good move and what could go wrong? Right? And if you're seeing that, what's happening is you're gaining perspective because you can see the whole thing. You see it like a globe. You're not seeing it from a one-sided perspective. Do you see what I mean? So get there, and then you'll be able to understand things better. Is Intel a good buy? Is Trump still involved? Well, Trump is still involved with Intel. Do I consider it a good buy? I can't tell you for sure, but I can say I didn't buy more Intel. But I didn't sell the Intel I had because I kind of feel like Intel. I feel like you know what I think with Intel? I feel like with Intel, they got something cooking. I feel like with Intel, especially if something happens and the stock price drops or something, I feel like they're gonna pop up with some big announcement and they're probably in the background making everyone play around with Intel, right? And do something like like that little kid who's like the son of like a famous person and people make you play with him because he's like so important. I almost feel like Intel's kind of like that. And in fact, I'm looking at my stake in Intel right now and it makes me want to buy more actually, but I own a lot, so I probably shouldn't buy more. And I've done well. I've been blessed, so why? No, I'm not gonna push it. But yeah, but I was tempted to. Um, in Prime, would you consider this an options market? Yes, I would for sure, Willa. Two more questions, and then we can finish up. I'll finish with Sherry O'Bannon. So Sherry, you'll be the last one. Makes you think about Ed O'Bannon. That's an Irish name, and I'm like 5% Irish. I'm 33% Nigerian though. Don Butts, how do you identify which stocks that you want to invest in? It's a long process, but I did do a training on this. If you go to the drboycemethod.com, I think that's the URL. That's where the training is. But you guys may have this in your login. Actually, log in to drboystockmarket.com, your regular login, and you should be able to find it in there. And if you can't find it, email support at theblackbusinessschool.com. They can find it for you. Don, let's see. What puts of interest are on your radar, and what resources do you check first? A lot of resources. Yeah, I think we were just talking about that. I will look at everything from bar chart to CNBC to Yahoo Finance, Option Dash, Bloomberg. I listen to every podcast I can get my hands on. The Rundown, like just anything that's out there that. What else?